All right, Bang, today is Wednesday. It is January 8th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free Sim Wednesday. We're back after break. It's been a couple weeks. My notes app is filling up to the brim here. Just stupid shit that I'm writing down because of this show. But it's good to be back. Welcome back.
Thank you for welcoming us, Eddie. It's great. It's great to be back.
Yeah, it is. Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about our friends at Game Time. It's football season, and we can't wait to get out to some games. Actually, we did go to a game, the courtesy of Game Time.
Yeah.
We went Sunday to Lambeau, so shout out to Game Time for that. Got great seats, probably the best seats I've ever had in my life.
I said to Lance that they're better than any seat I've had, including high school football.
Yes.
Because even at high school football, you have the track kind of creating a natural buffer. Like this, we were 11 rows up, and like I feel like I could read lips on the sidelines. It was awesome.
It was incredible. So you guys know how much we love Game Time, and now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it easier than ever to get to a game, concert, or show. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. You found tickets to Justin Timberlake for how much?
$66 Valentine's Day. Take your sweetheart.
Oh my God. JT, Valentine's Day, $66, United Center.
Get her all primed up.
That's like some guy is going to jump on that right now.
Grab me a river.
That's great. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Pull up that GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. And take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DOGWALK for $20 off your first purchase. So that makes your JT tickets $46 if you're a first-time buyer.
Big.
Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DOGWALK for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. All right. You had something to show me, you said, or is that for another time?
That was for another time.
Okay.
It's a viral video.
What a tease.
I don't think it would translate well. It's been out there. It's just one of my favorite submitted videos to Barstool. It's just these guys in Wisconsin dive bar, but carry on.
Okay. All right. Besides that, any place you want to particularly start? Any exciting news since we haven't really talked for 2 weeks? Although we just spent 6 hours in a car.
Of course not. Zero excitement. You know this. You know this. January. Who's getting exciting news in January, dude? Too much excitement has already happened. There's no time for like.
Although I will say, now with the college football playoff, it's like a very exciting week.
Yeah.
Right? There's like meaningful football Thursday through Monday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yes.
Playoffs.
It's unbelievable.
I told you someone at the Bulls organization might listen to this podcast. They decided to randomly make January 4th Derrick Rose Day. We've always talked about how we need more milestones in January and February. There we go, making it a little harder to go dry January now because of Derrick Rose Day.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose Day, you're right. But yeah, a lot of football, which is exciting, but also like a lot.
I will say I was getting to the point for the first time in my life where I was footballed out, where I'm like I can't do this anymore, and the Bears winning that game has reinvigorated me. Like I'm excited. I was excited to watch Notre Dame, but I was like I just want this to be over with. I don't want to think about football. I don't want to talk about football. But after that, I got a little like an adrenaline shot of football right to my heart, and I'm back, and I can't wait for this week.
Nice jolt.
Yeah.
That's good. You guys do anything in particular, Winter Classic or anything over break or no?
No, I refused. I refused to go to the so I'm not going to spend a dime on the Blackhawks until some changes are made. I am that fed up. So I decided I'm not going to do the Winter Classic. I did go to the Montreal game because I got free tickets from Montreal. they gave me tickets, so that's the only way I'm going. If I get them through some way where I don't have to pay the Blackhawks,
or if it's a road game.
Yeah.
What about you? Weren't you on a cruise?
I did.
You're a big cruise guy, and you embrace it.
Yeah, honestly, fuck anyone who wants to talk shit. Honestly, I'm over those people.
Okay.
I'm over those people. I'm really not. I've been on. That's my third one. So it's not like I go on every year.
That would make you a cruise guy.
I don't think so.
How many do you have to? What do you need, a punch card? How many?
Kinda. Like if you're like I don't know. For 34 years old, but like
how many have you done as an adult?
I guess 3.
How many? Okay.
I think the third one locks you in as a cruise guy.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because first one you're trying it. Second one,
they're
like,
literally no different from an all-inclusive resort.
Well, then why don't you go to an all-inclusive resort?
Because I've done that twice in Mexico, and I didn't like it.
Really?
Oh,
so why do you like the cruise better?
I feel like there's more to do.
Okay.
I feel like there's more to do. I feel like the alcohol in my experience has been better. Maybe I'm scoring the wrong spots in Mexico. Someone has a great spot in Mexico. I'd be happy to try it out.
Tulum.
And then maybe I'll be like, fuck the boat. I'm here for good. You know?
And you're not a beach guy.
Not really.
So you like the pool and the float.
Exactly. The pool and just hang out.
So where did it go?
Bahamas.
And then you're on it for a week? What? 5 days?
You just stop there a day and then you go and then you go to another.
Did you get off the boat?
I did. They stopped in 2 spots in the Bahamas. I got off the second day at Nassau.
Okay.
I didn't know the Bahamas Bowl was there a couple days later. I wish I would have stayed. It's kind of like a bucket list thing.
Oh, really?
The Bahamas?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on one?
To a cruise?
Yeah.
No.
Have you?
When I was younger, went on the Disney cruise. They also stopped in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, the Disney. That's really expensive, too. And the bang for your buck is great.
Yeah. I do feel like maybe some of the problem for a perception of cruises in my head is that I've seen so many videos on the internet of brawls, people throwing like chairs and ballrooms.
Yeah, there's certain cruise lines where that could happen.
Yeah.
You just got to do your due diligence. And usually the ones that are a little cheaper probably,
Okay.
will attract the fight people.
What's the food situation like on your cruise?
There's like, I think there was like 7 restaurants.
Okay. And they're just open 24/7?
No, some are like specialty dining ones where you got to pay. There's a buffet that's open like a lot.
Okay.
There's like little cafes kind of things.
How is it good?
This time around, I wasn't overly impressed with it.
Okay.
So that is making me hesitate. But the time before I went, it was really good.
I feel like you should be more tan.
Yeah. So I went to the Pop-Tarts Bowl too.
Yeah.
And that was in Orlando before. And like literally right when I touched down in Orlando, I got sick.
You had been fighting it.
I know.
White knuckling.
I know. So I got sick in Orlando right when I landed. So like, I don't know, like I'm not in the mood to like go outside, and I have a hoodie on and I'm just trying to sweat,
Yeah.
And then it's like the first couple days of the cruise, I was still battling it off. So I wasn't like lounging at the pool, just like sneezing on everyone, So that's why.
Like everyone else on that cruise, probably.
No, and then it's the other.
They were like the COVID epicenters. Like, sorry, you can't come back to shore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think that there's that perception. There's a perception that there's a bunch of gross people, which has not been my experience. The biggest thing that is true though is there's a lot of olds.
Okay.
There's a lot of olds on the cruise.
Are there attractive girls?
There were on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were, yeah, but I think it just kind of varies.
Okay.
But not like crazy at all. Okay. Like not a large amount, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely
you would see more of that at like a resort.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It was fun, and I always go with friends.
Yeah.
So it's always a good, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's impossible to have a bad time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're just drinking in a different location.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like the same guys will go to fucking, whatever.
Next week they'll be in your garage playing poker.
Yeah, and it's it's a good time too. Or we'll be in Michigan or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just you go anywhere, it's a good time. So, but yeah, I don't know. We've for whatever reason found that the characters that you find on these things just kind of make the experience even better.
Fodder.
Because you kind of do. It is more of a friendly, like, you talk to people that you don't.
You're in a community for a week.
You kind of are, and that's what kind of makes it funny, because you're just like, you wouldn't act like that if you didn't have those boundaries.
Were cruises like kind of considered upper class at one point, and then kind of got like the limousine treatment, where now it's kind of like
maybe I know like
the 70s that you're talking.
Yeah. How did they get that reputation, that stink?
I think they got. Well, obviously the brawl thing, you see the viral videos.
Sure.
That's a new thing, I think.
Is that like overwhelming? And like, I don't know if I've seen that many.
Oh, I feel like I've seen a bunch. I've seen like wild ones.
Yeah.
People are throwing, like, it almost looks like a banquet hall on a cruise ship. And people are throwing like those chairs that you would see at a wedding. And
yeah.
Like the whole ship's about to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good question, but there are like high class ones.
Oh yeah. Obviously, when people hate on them, they're talking about like the low tier.
Dude, the Ritz-Carlton has a cruise.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Which is like elite.
I wonder how much that is.
I did meet a guy that may be like a top 5 worst human I've ever met on the boat, though.
Why? What'd he do?
This guy was just an absolute asshole. Okay, just like an asshole to the fucking to the dealer. We were on the same blackjack table, like throwing his chips, throwing his fucking hat, like just being a complete dick. And then he had who I assume is his wife next to him. And like, she was even worse. Like, she like asked me like, oh, is this your first? I was like, yeah, it's my first time on this whatever. And she asked me if I sailed another cruise line, and basically like undressed me and called me a piece of shit because I went on another one and I'm there now and I don't deserve to be there.
What?
And then I found out that the people are from Chicago. And I was like, I don't really care. I'll let things go. I'm like so tempted to be like, because this guy, people would know him. Yes.
How?
I'm so tempted.
People would know him?
Yeah.
He's a name?
Public figure?
Not a public figure.
How would people know him if he's not a public figure? Is he like a former politician or something?
That's a little warmer. That's a little warmer. Yeah, that's a little warmer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what, you got to...
Rahm Emanuel.
No.
You got to pledge your allegiance to
Rahm's fucking wife undressed me. That's the story.
You got to pledge your allegiance to only one cruise line?
No, yeah, basically, yeah.
Saying?
This lady was a complete bitch. Like, complete bitch. Like,
basically made it seem like Eddie like won a scratch ticket to get.
It was crazy. Like, for no reason either. Like, I'll have awareness. I was like, I was probably being a dick. I was probably antagonizing. I did nothing. I literally sat down, and this lady like thought she owned the fucking ship. It was and the guy was so like. And later on, we saw him get kicked out of the casino.
Nice.
And I'm like, hey, what happened with this guy? They're like, oh, he like raised a bottle and was gonna hit a guy over the head with.
Come on.
Yes.
Could have been you.
Yeah, I know. Dude. I almost want to just say, like, the profession, because I'm sure there's a million stories about him in this town, because this guy just is the worst.
Say the profession.
I can't.
You can.
Because like there'll be a way to trace it.
You're blue balling the audience.
Yeah,
you're
tit for tat. What's he gonna do? Break a bottle over your head? Just tell the story.
Golden rule of podcasting.
There might be some litigation, and I'll leave it at that. Maybe that kind of gives the profession.
Tell me after.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you after for sure. No problem, because I never want you to use this person if you're ever in a situation where you have to need his services.
This is Bob Rohrman.
No, I would never besmirch Bob Rohrman's name. He's a great man, R.I.P. Even though I don't know if he's a great man at all. I never met him. Don't know a thing about him besides his commercials.
Yeah. Is it warmer though?
No. I mean, I gave away a few.
Oh, so he's a lawyer.
Possibly.
Peter Francis Geraci?
No, fuck no. If it was Peter, it was.
So, all right. I'm thinking of billboard lawyers now.
If it was Peter Frankie Geraci.
Oh, was it Lerner and Rowe?
No. It was. I'd never heard of him before then. Like, it's not like he's a well-known one.
You got to say it. The audience.
No,
is, like,
I'm not saying his
off.
name. The people could fucking whatever. I'm not outing this guy, but he's a fucking dirtbag piece of shit. Whatever. If it was Peter Frankie Geraci, like
he's big time.
Oh my God, I'm staying in that guy's suite if I'm on the same boat as Peter Francis Geraci.
I'm gonna break this bottle over your head. For those who don't know, not from Chicago, we were actually on the Yak a couple weeks ago. We were watching all these local like lawyer commercials and how they're basically mini action movies.
Yeah.
And then we just have ours, who's the complete opposite. He's the most monotone guy.
Yeah.
If you left your TV on, you're catching him at 2 a.m. He's waking you up.
I've reached out. I've tried to get him on the show, and I can't get him. I don't know. They didn't really kind of show interest.
Yeah, he's like a legend for how boring he was, basically.
I'm Peter Francis Geraci. But regardless, a legend of the game. Closed the Taco Bell on Cicero and made it his office. A lot of people are still salty about that in that area.
Start with an A?
I'm not saying.
Starts with
but it does not start with an A.
Okay.
So I'm not, and that's the last.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't have commercials all over the place.
Okay.
It's not one of the, no.
Okay. All right. Fine. But I'll let it go.
Yeah. But I will, I'll tell you after for sure.
Okay.
I'll tell the audience too?
No. I want.
This ain't water cooler talk.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying if never mind.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah, he was a dickhead. I'm trying to think what else. You think, we were talking about too, you think a geezer is just like an awful slur towards an old person if you called him a geezer?
I don't know if I would mind that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you geezer.
Yeah, that and hag.
It's like too funny of a word.
Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Hag.
Hag is
the old hag.
Yeah, hag's bad.
Hag's bad, but I feel like that's only for women.
That's gendered.
Yeah.
Geezer, I feel like you're always using it in a kind of like funny way.
Yeah.
Like if you're calling someone like a boomer might be the new geezer.
Yeah.
Like if you do something boomer-esque, like, oh, come on, you old geezer. You don't see like a mean guy across the street. Like, you fucking old geezer.
Yeah, but I think geezer hits like that. Just walking around that boat because it was so funny. Like we found,
A lot of geezers.
I find humor in weird shit and just being like, just talking to these geezers and be like, dude, this fucking geezer, like, like this guy's hurting.
Yeah, everyone says old geezer too. Is that redundant? Is geezer already mean old?
Good question.
Good question.
Very
What does
good
geezer
question.
mean?
Yeah, pull that up. Yeah, it's kind of all on that. It was nice going from the Bahamas to Green Bay, Wisconsin, all in the matter of a day.
That'll get you sick too.
Yeah, I got better, and then I'm back at square one for sure. I do not feel great at all. So
the word geezer comes from the obsolete Cockney word geezer or geyser, a masked mime or actor. So that doesn't even make any sense. A person who performs in a costume.
yeah, what does that mean?
Who fucking knows. A geezer is used to refer to any man regardless of age. In England and Ireland.
You know what I hate? When you look up the definition of something, say you're looking up the word like negotiation, and the definition will just be like to negotiate. It's like, what the fuck? If you put the wrong
circular definition.
Yeah, if you put the wrong form of the word, it'll
Yeah.
tell you like the past tense. So really you just have to look up what does negotiate mean.
Yeah, and it just reminded me of we did that old people shit draft way back in the day.
Yeah.
That was such a fun one. Like just, like, I forgot who picked like tan cars. Such a geezer move. And my favorite is when they like the seatbelt signal beep beep, and then like all right, and they talk to them. All right.
White Sox Dave did that in the minivan on the way back from Green Bay. He's a geezer.
He kind of is a geezer.
Yeah.
He's a geezer pothead.
He's a geezer, pothead, Fox News. He's a fucking geezer. Yeah.
He's everything.
Yeah.
But speaking of being sick too, are you guys name brand or generic medicine guys?
I almost never take medicine.
Really?
I can't remember the last time I kind of just drink water.
But even if like you need an Advil.
I if it's like an Advil or like an Excedrin, it's usually like I just see what's available on GoPuff and just deliver it. Like
Okay, so you're not like
I got like the small little samples and I just never really have it around the house unless
okay.
Yeah.
I'm name brand, but if I'm like at someone's house or at the office and all there is knockoff, I'll have no problem taking it.
I mean it's
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that like people in society are just
conditioned.
Like we're stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm always going name brand. For the first time, I was in Orlando and I went to a Publix and I was looking for a Claritin D. And it was like, whatever, $18. Like, or you get a generic for 10. And I'm like,
that's a big price difference.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'll take the generic.
And you think it worked the exact same?
It's the same thing. Basically, the way I understand it, the drug people could let me know if I get this wrong, is those companies were the ones that like found it. So they get the patent for like 10 or 20 years or something like that.
I thought it was like 7.
Maybe 7 years. And then they have that, and then it goes for use after that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to Aldi and getting honey circles instead of Cheerios. Like it has that stigma where it's like, this has to be worse somehow.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like your brain tricks you into thinking that.
Then how do they just make it for cheaper then? And how does Claritin compete just because there's a bunch of dumb people
Yeah,
out
I think
there?
there's a lot of idiots like us.
Then how did like the Shkreli, where he was like, I'm going to buy this AIDS medicine, raise the price like 700%. Like a piece of shit.
I think that's not over the counter. I think that's totally over the counter shit.
But like if every medicine,
I
don't know. I don't know anything about fucking pharmaceutical.
Do you guys take liquid medicines at all anymore?
I used to love Dimetap when I was a kid.
It's disgusting.
No, I thought it was good.
I still can't eat anything grape flavored to this day.
Really? Pretty rare. How do you?
Yeah, I think no. Well, I refuse. I'm totally fine with pills, shots, whatever. But the liquid medicine, I think like for older people, it'd only be NyQuil, Robitussin.
Yeah,
but
you do kind of look like that guy that plugs his nose to drink his NyQuil.
It's terrible. My dad gave me Robitussin when I was like 7.
Robitussin's bad.
And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was. But you never give me that again. I'd rather be sick and get rid of it myself.
Fuck you, Dad. I hope your car gets stolen again.
Dude, I was a hard no on Robitussin. No, Dimetap ruined my life. Because of Robitussin, you're like, oh, it's cherry. I'm like, okay. But then it's like, I think that was the first time I ever drank something where it was like liquid, like syrup. So I wasn't expecting that. And it was like an evil cherry. That's an evil cherry.
Yeah, it's not good.
I used to live with a buddy. He was a savage. He didn't even pour it into the little cup. he would just go straight to the dome. And this guy, you would see his throat
Gullet.
gulp. He would gulp like 3 times.
It's like Lil Wayne drinking lean.
It's like, dude, am I gonna have to check on you?
Here's a dumb question though. Does that mean he's getting will the medicine clean the germs on the bottle?
No, it's not fucking fire.
Well, so then the next person that takes it is going to have the germs on the bottle.
Yeah, but I think this guy, he was gulping it so much that he had his own bottle.
Okay.
And, one sickness equals 1 bottle. There was no serving size for him.
So do you still take Dimetapp at all?
No, I haven't.
Is that even for adults?
I don't know.
I
remember like that was like my cough medicine as a kid, but I don't remember. I don't even know if they make it anymore.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. So I had someone who works here had a situation. I kind of want you to tell me if it's fair or foul, or if it's off the leash or on the leash, right?
Okay.
This guy, one of the nicest kids in the office. I almost don't want to say he would. I'm sorry being super vague today.
Danny Lance.
No. Lance is up there, but this guy's super nice. Okay. Super nice guy. And he loves pizza. Okay. And this big pizza place. Dave. He would be out for being one of the nicest guys in the office. Yeah. And one opened near his house, like a big time pizza place. And this guy was really excited to go there, and he was going to greet them because it's in his neighborhood. And it's like,
greet them? Like he's the mayor of the neighborhood?
It's in his building.
Okay.
So like,
all right.
I try to keep it vague, but sure. I have to pay him more. It's in his building.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's BYOB. So he brought 2 bottles of wine, and he's like, "Hey, like I live upstairs. Like, welcome to the building. This one's for the crew in the house, at the back of the house. Like, and this one's just for me. I'm gonna try it out. Whatever.
Yeah.
Nice gesture." So, whatever, he has his pizza. He gets the bill. He got a $100 uncorking tab.
Oh,
is that off the leash or is that on the leash?
And he gave him a bottle.
Yes.
$100 uncorking tab? That's so high for BYOB.
Yeah, let me text him to confirm. It was at least 50.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but that's just if he's bringing wine, right? Like if he brought beer, there would be no additional charges, correct?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. I haven't been to a BYOB in a long time.
That's fucking...
It would be even wilder if it was like they charge him for uncorking the bottle that he gave away.
Yeah.
So $250
right.
charges.
So bring your own bottle, but we're going to charge you.
So,
right.
All right. It sounds like
but
we're
that's
on the
common.
same.
That's common.
What, to get
to have an uncorking fee.
Uncorking fee?
Yeah.
Sounds like we're on the same page. But I thought maybe with someone here would provide the argument of like, hey, like...
What's the standard uncorking fee? Because it should definitely be lower at a pizza place. I could see it maybe being higher like an Italian restaurant.
So the last, I didn't have a bottle of wine, but like Tango Syrup on Southport has, it's BYOB.
Yep.
But I don't know what they charge for it.
It can't be more than
It was 55. Sorry.
Still,
which I still think is steep. I knew it was steep enough.
Like okay, like that's all you're doing. So like,
can you bring your own wine opener to avoid those charges?
I don't think so.
I think it's just if you uncork it in the restaurant, they charge you.
That's all it is.
I believe so.
Is this like a nice pizza place, or is this a sit down, or like? Okay.
So it's a pizza place with a big reputation, and like I said, this is. I would feel bad about this because this is not like the fucking asshole I was just talking about earlier. And they opened like a new location. Okay. So,
dude, if he's bringing a bottle for them, you at least help the guy out and take a little off the uncorking fee.
It's in their building. It's in his building. This is like a neighborly move.
This conversation went the exact opposite of the way I thought it was going to be when you brought it up. When you started telling the story, I'm like, oh, then they picked up his tab.
I thought you were going to say, is it a weird move to bring wine to a pizza place? And I would have said, yeah.
And then he just texted me. He said his neighbor has recently went and they lowered the uncorking fee to $35.
Which I feel like is more, because then you're basically, the BYOB is a fucking ripoff, officially, because you're still paying $20 at least for a bottle of wine, and then you have to pay them to open it, $35.
Yeah, so I'm not a wine guy, so I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Yeah. I never knew. I believe it, but
man,
this is
gather my thoughts.
Very much. What is it? Off the leash? Yeah. This is bullshit. This is straight up bullshit. This. I've been going around. I can't say it because I guess they're a partner, but I was going to ban somebody today. I'm on a streak of banning people. If you tell me who this guy is on the cruise ship, he's banned, and then this pizza place is going to have to be banned because that's crazy.
Did they lower it to 35, or do we find out if they double charged him for the bottle that he gave them as well?
Well, that's still the math doesn't math.
I know, but maybe they gave him like 5 off because of.
I don't know.
To be nice.
Yeah.
But still, that's, and he was like stunned. You know, imagine getting there and you're like, you do a nice gesture, but here's like, I thought someone would be have the counter argument, but like, I don't know, you don't have to go that hard over the paint, right? Yeah. I mean, but that's what the fee is. But is there an argument to be made that, hey, like, we're trying to make a business here? Like,
yeah, but like the business is, the reason the BYOB exists because they don't want to have to go through the hoops to get a liquor license.
Yeah.
So the idea is, okay, you bring your own, so we don't have to have a liquor license. And then I don't think it's basically they're charging you double for the wine that you're buying. So you're going to spend the money on the bottle, and then they're going to charge you for a second bottle, basically just for opening it. That to me is bullshit. If you want to say, hey, we're a BYOB, make it $5 maybe, but then you're in the restaurant. Like, it's just a way to get people in the restaurant. So it's like, I'm not going to go there. You can't drink it all. No, bring your own. But to basically double charge the wine that they're bringing with them is crazy.
Yeah, but let's go back to like.
No.
No. Let's go back to like off the leash or on the leash to be to just someone does a nice gesture for you and just completely bypass it and be like, nah, full price. That's what I'm more.
This is off the leash in 2 different ways. This is a stray dog now, never coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you think that, I don't know if you're a business, because you don't I want that bottle of wine. I got to give you the thing off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit different.
That's where I'm trying to say. I thought someone would come with this argument, like, what? People are just going to come in here with a bottle of wine,
presents,
say it's for the house, and then they get an uncorking fee for free.
Yeah,
I get that. Like that's kind of what.
Yeah.
Does anyone provide that? I think the big differentiator is this guy actually lives in the fucking building.
Mm-hmm. The initial shock came when I heard. I didn't know how much an uncorking fee was to begin with.
Yeah.
But 55, I could see that maybe for like a steakhouse. If it's just like a chain pizza place, where do you get off?
Yeah, it's not chain.
Okay. But it's a second.
No. Yeah.
Is it like an institution in Chicago?
I can't.
Okay.
It's not. But I don't know.
Okay. All right.
It's off the leash.
Yeah. I agree, but I think,
also.
But you.
I need to know who the guy is who did this. I also think it's a wild move to bring a bottle of wine to a business. You might do that to like a new neighbor, saying, hey, but they're not really your neighbor. They're just working there. It'd be like the guys next door at Nanotech bringing us like presents for moving into the parking lot.
Yeah, true.
This guy loves pizza.
It is Portnoy.
No. This guy loves pizza.
I don't know if that wine was the appropriate drink to bring.
Or gesture.
Yeah.
You don't
both.
think so?
So like he cracked a bottle of wine while having a slice of pizza?
Well, yeah.
It's a sit-down place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would never do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
But he lives above it, and he loves pizza.
Right, but
hey, I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to go try out the new pizza place and give them a bottle of wine because he's worked in a restaurant before. He worked at a pizza place for years before this job.
Sure. I mean, I'm taking my pizza up to my room, especially if I live in the same building.
Yeah, that's true too.
And like, to commit to a whole bottle of wine there, is it worth it? Like, if he could go back, I'm sure he'd be like, all right, I was only getting like a slice or two. Obviously, I'm not going to like finish a whole bottle of wine there. Maybe I'll bring like a beer next time.
You know how I welcome them to the neighborhood? By buying the pizza.
It's not a slice place, for the record.
Yeah, okay.
It's a full pizza.
Sure, but like, does that make sense though? Like, I will welcome you to the neighborhood and welcome you to the building by giving you business. I don't need to give this person.
Why are you laughing, Lane?
You don't have to give this guy a bottle of wine. This is crazy. That's a crazy. Be like, what if a Verizon store walked in there? He'd be like,
dude,
bring the Verizon
I gotta
store?
tell you who it is because I feel like if I tell you who it is, like you'll like see the picture paint. You would. Maybe you don't know him that well.
Okay.
What are you laughing about?
No, it's just such a ridiculous situation, but it's pure. It's like, it's genuine. It's just kind of ridiculous.
It's Colton.
Duh,
like
Colton.
One of the nicest guys.
So
nice. Like
yeah,
that came from like a pure place.
Yeah,
like a very pure place.
I know.
I'm not hating on the gesture. I get it. It's like, as long as you bring him something. He just happened to bring a bottle of wine. He's like, I want to be in good graces from here on out. But I don't. Yeah, just not really accommodating for him.
I do think it is Colton is the nicest guy.
The
in the world.
nicest
He's
guy.
so nice.
It's like him and Lance could have a nice off.
Yeah, yeah.
See what I mean?
I know,
I'd
but
lose
like
that one.
what?
I said I would lose.
That's
Colton.
of course you would say that, Lance.
No, you win. No, you win.
But I do think, because what if any other business moved in there besides a pizza place?
Then he would probably go support it.
Right, but
And he would probably do something. But
is he going to switch his
Colton-
wireless carrier to Verizon if a Verizon moved into that empty space?
No, but he loves pizza. He worked at a pizza place for 3 years. And like that's like his
Okay.
dream. He said he eats pizza like 4 times a week.
Really?
Yes, like he loves pizza. He has a tattoo of the perfect ranch recipe on his arm. Like this
Oh,
guy's
wow, he's dedicated.
He's serious about
I didn't
pizza.
know that.
So he was like, wow, this place, like he admires
He is
those
so
guys that are rolling that dough down there. He wanted to give that bottle of wine as a genuine gesture.
Look,
Those people are like, yeah, thanks, $55, see ya.
I believe in supporting your local. I'm not bringing. I'll give him my money. I'm not giving him.
So
an extra.
Colton's wrong for giving
I think
doing
he's
that?
wrong for giving him a bottle of wine.
All right.
You can't say he's wrong. He just gave a free something free away. Like, what's wrong about
I think
that?
that's a strange.
Is it?
move.
Are we asking? Is it off the leash?
We have 3
for-
different off.
Yeah, is it off the leash for Colton to have brought a bottle of wine to the pizza place?
Yes.
Is it then off the leash for them to charge him? Well, first, is it then off the leash to charge anyone? Say Colton aside,
exorbitant-
$55 for
Yes.
uncorking fee, and then is it off the leash for them to have still charged Colton after he gave him a free bottle?
Correct. Those are the 3 off the leashes of this scenario.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd go there.
I think it's 3, 3, and 3. I think they're all 3 off the leash.
Because Colton was a little off the leash, just walking in with 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but definitely not on the leash.
I think that's pretty normal. Like, hey guys, I live in the
No,
building.
I think that's fine. I think it's more off the leash for him to be sitting solo with a bottle of wine and a pizza.
Oh, who says he was solo though?
Oh, I was
I don't know
assuming.
that. I don't know that for sure.
I was just assuming he walked down from his place like, hey, what's up?
It'd be funny if he was just sitting there on his phone with, like, you know how they have those little wired elevated trays.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there at like a red tablecloth, bottle of wine by himself.
And to be fair, I have soloed at this place myself.
Really?
Yes.
Bringing a bottle of wine is like you're committing to being there at least like an hour and 15
Bottle
minutes.
of wine, take some time.
Yeah, but he doesn't make sense for him. He'll just put his thumb in it and go walk up 3 flights of stairs.
He could have just done that himself and saved himself $55. You don't have to buy the pizza to go.
Did he know?
can't.
Did
Oh, you can't?
okay,
Can't.
that we should have said that earlier.
Okay, that's
Can't
a
get the
little
pizza to
different.
go.
That's a little different. Man, they got him.
Did he know? did he know about uncorking fees before this?
No, he had no idea. I think if you know uncorking fees come with $55, you don't drink.
Yeah, I would agree. That's a crazy uncorking fee.
Crazy.
I think 35 is crazy.
Should we call like Joe or something and see what
Joe Flam?
But see, this guy works at like elite
standard,
steakhouses.
like, what's
He's a top chef. So I would imagine,
Yeah.
if anything, those places could be 55.
Who would be good to call?
Him,
Should I call him real quick?
Joe Flam.
I don't know if Joe Flam would even. Maybe he'd know.
Well, yeah, because he
But all
doesn't
his
have a
places are very
BYOB
well-
place.
Yeah, I've been to 2 of his places in the last 3 weeks.
They're awesome.
They are so good.
Let's see what he says.
It's not like he's working or anything.
No, he's definitely probably prepping
Yeah.
right now. So he probably
He's
won't answer.
he's elbow deep in carbonara.
Yeah, he ain't answering. I'd love if he did though, because I genuinely want to know. I don't drink wine.
Your call has been.
I've done that. And I've definitely never noticed the uncorking fee.
Armando, but that's not BYOB either. At Las Garola.
I just texted him. What would you say is a standard / fair uncorking fee?
I wish I was tight with the Tango Sir guys now, because they would be the ones to ask.
Yeah,
Should
it's
we just
probably
call-
on their website.
That's a good call.
Or you're gonna call Tango Sir?
I was gonna call the actual Tango Sir and just see what they're.
What's your corking fee? 55. All right, never mind.
Never mind. Fuck you.
No, theirs can't be that much because it's always pretty cheap there.
Tango Sir,
Their prices have gone up.
Really?
Yeah,
Hate to hear that.
great place though.
I love it. Yeah, I took my mom and my brother there over Christmas.
Fantastic place. I don't see anything.
Well, to answer, I'm saying all 3 aspects are off the leash.
I'm just gonna call him.
Yeah, call him. Well, you call him. I want to talk about my friends at Ghost. Shout out to Ghost, man. I got the Swedish fish flavor here, and this thing's great. It's got the scales on the can. That's beautiful. What are you drinking over there, Danny?
I just stole Chief's Tropical Mango, arguably the best looking can as well.
That's my number one can. So Ghost Energy is fully transparent, fully loaded, and it is feel good energy. Look at this guy calling uncorking fees.
You're good.
No fee.
No fee.
No fees.
For those at home, this is an Argentinian steakhouse.
Yes.
No fee at Tango Sir.
I kind of figured.
This pizza place is banned.
Unbelievable.
I will never go there.
Uncorking.
They took advantage of our guy Colton.
Apparently.
Oh, he's so nice. He's giving us a bottle. We can take advantage of this month.
No corking fee, mid Ghost Street. Unbelievable.
That's what it should be. You're bringing your own. I'm mad at this pizza place. You can't do that to Colton.
I know.
Do that to White Sox Dave all
Yes.
day. I don't give a shit.
Make White Sox Dave's uncorking fee fucking $5,000.
Charge him per sip.
Make him fucking wash. Lock him in the basement. Make him live there and wash dishes for 3 months. I don't give a fuck. You're right. But yeah, continuing on with Ghost. Danny's got the Sour Patch over there. Chief's got the Tropical Mango. 0 sugars, no artificial flavors. 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. Iconic flavors: Sour Patch Kids, Warhead, Swedish Fish, Welch's. You name it, there's something for everyone. I love Ghost, man.
I had the citrus earlier today. It was great.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, but it's like a familiar flavor that you.
It's almost like a little bit like
Spritey, 7-Uppy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spritey. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
So find Ghost Energy at your local grocery or convenience store for full lineup and flavor. For full lineup and flavors, excuse me, Jesus. Visit drinkghost.com. Damn, I didn't know they had no uncorking fee.
That's what it should be. I almost want to go there tonight now.
I could. What is going on out there? People are going fucking bananas.
I thought that I left my phone on or something.
I heard the Colton story.
Oh man, it's just hard to. It's just really hard to explain how nice Colton is to the people who don't know him.
He really is.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't care if he was an asshole. He still can't charge him 55.
55 is wild.
Yeah. I don't know.
I also feel like they should give him a free pizza when he goes back, because if they lower it by $20 a week later or whatever it was, then they're like, hey, we overcharge it and you gave us a bottle of wine. Here's a free pizza. Make up for it.
And that was the funny part too, because it's this new place that has like a lot of steam behind it. And I know how much he loves it. And we were in Orlando together and I was like, hey man, like I know you love pizza. Have you tried this place? He's like, yeah, actually. And he just drops that on me. I was like, oh shit.
Just
trying to give you a good spot. I didn't know there's open wounds there.
Damn.
Yeah, for him to even complain about that too. Like, he's such a nice guy. I'm surprised he even brought that up. He was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm sure that's standard, 55.
Yeah, no, he was bullshit about it.
As he should be.
Yeah. I don't know.
Off the leash.
Off the leash.
Off the leash.
Off the leash.
That is your
every way.
That is your off the leash segment presented by Dog Walkers Pre-Rolls. Anything else here?
No.
Oh, now I'm too mad.
Yeah, I am mad.
Too mad to riff.
Yeah.
You got nothing?
Well, I have one, but it's long. I was gonna save it.
Oh, it's all right. Save it then. I got some shorter stuff here.
All right, I have one. And Che disagreed with me on this, so that makes me very nervous.
I think that would make me feel confident.
That make you feel better. He's an absolute alien, that guy.
Do you think it's odd that it's ice cream is the only thing where it's culturally and widely acceptable to ask for a free sample? And you can make arguments, but if you say deli, sure. But even when you ask at the deli, they're kind of like, yeah, okay, fine. Whereas ice cream, like, it's part of the job. A sample is like part of the experience.
I don't think that should be allowed at the deli, to be clear.
I don't think I've ever seen that done at the deli.
Well, apparently Danny's just going up for...
Give me another roast.
No,
beef.
I don't, but that was his argument. But yeah, you could say, like, I don't know, you're deciding between cheeses.
Let me get that Black Forest.
Yeah, but like, don't
ham.
you... I do feel like every ice cream places, you know, with an apostrophe, their flavors are all a little bit different. Like, even if it's like both places have strawberry, they're not going to be exactly the same.
Yeah. But
so like,
I think
you kind of need... You could... I've never asked for a sample at an ice cream place before either, because I think it is weird. But I don't know. I
There's a place by my house that demands that you take them. They conveyor belt these fuckers into your mouth.
Really?
You walk in there and you cannot get enough free samples from them, which I appreciate though. It's a nice wrinkle.
Yeah.
Let me say this. When you are at a sit-down restaurant and you're eyeing the soup of the day, the server asks you, "Oh, would you like our soup of the day? What is it?" Most of the time, the soup of the day is something a little out there because their regular soups are normal ones like, chicken noodle, cream of chicken rice. Soup of the day will typically be something like, I don't know, like a Mediterranean vegetable-based soup or something where you're just not exactly clear.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever she tells you that, like, oh, it's beef barley with some vegetable medley, whenever they tell you that, there's like a pause, like, oh, would I like that? Oh, what is that? And in that pause, it feels completely acceptable to ask for a sample of the soup of the day.
Here's, I think, the dilemma. What would they serve you the sample in?
That's what I mean. Like the ice cream shop has its own custom free sample things. If you were to go to a soup shop, that's the same ball game. It'd be just as much or just as little of a hassle to have like a sample of the soup.
Oh, I think it's a way bigger hassle.
Why?
Way higher spill factor.
That's what you're accounting for? Spill?
Yes.
Spill. You can spill ice cream too.
Not really. The ice cream.
But if you have a little ladle and you
flip you could flip the ice cream spoon around. It's not necessarily falling off.
Why?
You think there should be a
what difference would it be putting a free sample of soup as opposed to soup in a normal bowl? How is the spilling effect?
Have you ever eaten? I have.
I think it's got to be a drink. It's got to be like a middle of it, maybe times. Like
yeah, like
a
little Dixie cup.
Yeah, the dentist cup. Of
that
soup.
that would make more sense. But I was thinking like, I have sweatshirts that I have for soup season because I know I'm spilling on it
while you're eating it.
Yeah.
Okay. Or I thought you were talking about pouring it.
Dude.
You have just as much of a chance of spilling with a free sample of soup or a regular bowl of soup.
What are you laughing at, Lance? Picturing
no,
Chief
but
going,
I'm picturing somebody like
all his chestnut sweaters.
All right, picture this: a regular small cup of soup, but it's just less for the free sample.
That's a lot of dishes to do.
You're fucking at a restaurant.
Those spoons are getting tossed.
Okay, but any argument you make, you have to say the same for ice cream.
Those
spoons
say
are getting
this.
tossed.
But imagine someone's handing you a spoon of soup. That's what I'm picturing.
No, it's in a bowl, the same as ice cream.
Get a little Dixie cup of it, like
Dixie cup makes sense.
That's what I had in mind the whole time.
Okay.
or like a dipping.
Hey, can I say something? I was being dumb there.
Yeah,
Dixie cup makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like
What?
a sauce cup.
Yeah.
You thought they were going to hand you a spoon? Like, what? They're going to hand you the ladle? It's like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, if some company wants to see soup profits through the roof, you come with a fucking little tray of soup options to the table. You're ordering soup if you drink that.
I like the idea of a soup flight now that we're talking.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
yeah, because you know the core soups, but I'm always like, what does this taste like when they throw like Italian wedding soup or something else like that at me?
Why don't we start that business?
Flights of everything work.
Flights of soup would be awesome.
Yeah, flights work.
Yeah, like ordering your own entrees out.
Yeah. Soup
Exactly.
flights are in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why the sampler platter is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's not an appetizer. Though.
No, that's true.
My tapas got so big.
All right. So where were you on this argument? Sounds like you.
My only argument for it was like soup could also have just as many free samples as ice cream because you can't give a free sample of anything that you're gonna have to like cook and season.
Wait, what did Chase say?
He just said like he said he was actually saying plenty of places give free samples. And he was saying like, deli, I'm asking every time. Of course he is.
Of course he is.
And then he said like the grocery store ones, but those are luxury. Like,
Well, and they're trying to get you to buy it. Like,
Right.
That's an advertising cost.
exactly.
Yeah.
At Costco?
Yeah.
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 And fucking our guy Hankel, he was like, I hate this argument. I get free samples a lot of places. I'm like, where?
Where are you getting free samples at, dude? Although they should.
even like say going to Crumble Cookies, like break me off a little piece. Let me see if I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like it should just be more acceptable since ice cream has already made the outline for it.
That's like with those candy shops that have like the glass containers.
Yeah.
With the plastic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why can't I try one?
Yeah, like they tell you don't touch, no free
Yeah.
sample.
Why can't I try one before buying a pound of it?
Definitely. But then here's the trick. If you get one, you probably don't want more.
That could be.
There's so many times where I'm like, I did not want.
And
True, but same with ice cream. Like,
But the soup thing, I do feel like no matter what, like you're looking at the menu and you're like, oh, let me try a sample of that lobster bisque. They have to go back to the kitchen where if you're at an ice cream counter, they're just like handing you a little serving.
Sure.
So it's more efficient at the ice cream counter.
Sure. It would make more sense if you were like going to a walk-in soup shop.
Yeah.
I think it would be the same hassle, but just in that moment, you never know if you really want the soup of the day because you're not completely sure what it's going to taste like.
Why aren't soup shops like that? Was like the famous Seinfeld episode, the Soup Nazi. But I don't think I've ever been to a place that serves just soup. Like it's a soup shop.
There's a place where
soups and scoops.
Soups and scoops. It's actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
In theory, right?
Where is it?
See,
but
like
that should be more of a thing. Soups are. I love soup.
Agreed, yeah, it's in Edison Park.
And it's smart because they'll do ice cream in the summer. Then
Oh, that is smart.
Yeah, so they have ice cream and soup. That's it.
See, like that's what I had in mind.
That's a great business model.
Yeah.
That's what I had in mind because those soup containers it's the same as like having the ice cream containers. Their layout at least.
Guys,
like
I
right
think
in
I'm
front of
making
you.
soup tonight. I'm gonna,
Are ya?
yeah.
Little mirepoix.
I love
Put on a
mirepoix.
soup sweater. And
Hell
fucking-
yeah.
Yeah.
Sit on the
This guy's
couch.
wearing
and just,
garbage bags while he's eating chicken noodle soup.
No, I've got like an old Miami, Ohio one that just like has basically grease stains from chicken broth all over.
Honey,
Chili.
grab my soup sweater.
Put your fucking face in it.
He changes outfits at a fancy dinner once the soup comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude. I hate to say it, but the thought of you in a soup sweater, slugging soup, watching the Blackhawks made me really sad.
It's my life.
It made me really sad. Oh, no.
I love a soup sweater.
Yeah, like imagine screaming at the TV, then just slowly going for a little.
Just like,
It's not a mad food. You're chilling with soup. You can be
Yeah.
riled up.
just next time he tweets about the Blackhawks and it's the winter, I'm going to be like, dude, he just put down a soup for that.
I'll see if they play tonight.
That's why you're spilling. You're eating soup at like times where you're riled up.
No Blackhawks tonight, unfortunately. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. They play the Avalanche. There'll be plenty of soup spills on my soup sweaters.
What did Che says he like?
Where else could you get free samples though? Like,
It was a short conversation because we were.
Can I
starting.
call him and ask him real quick?
Henkel would be the one if anything. He was way more against.
I can't handle him now.
people don't know about Henkel.
I love that guy, but man, he will put me in a submission that I don't want to get out of.
Give the free swim audience a sample of Henkel.
I think Danny would be the best to do that.
He might be gone once. Oh, I will. I like free samples, but I don't know that we need them everywhere. Let me see if he's here.
Is he here?
Oh fuck! that day where this is probably around this time, like maybe it was Christmas last year. We played pickup basketball on a Saturday morning, and he brought his brother, and they are the same person.
Right.
It was like, so having them have an argument was it was a sight to behold.
So this guy Henkel, big fan of him. He's
He's
from
great.
Detroit, moved here.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know, maybe he gives me like the vibes of like the Ben Stiller character in their Along Came Polly, where like there's just like a million you can't answer a question without like him absolutely scooping every inch out of the,
that you could possibly. It's like reading the terms and conditions. You're like, let me sign on it. What's the question, Matt? What's the question?
But
exactly. Now,
So I was gonna ask this, but I was worried you say that, and that said, it's like what, dude?
yes. With that said, I hope he doesn't change from that. I won't.
it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever told him that he does this. He's gonna hear
Like
this.
he makes everything more complex.
Right. He's like, do you like Patrick Kane? I'm like, yes. But he's like, well, do you like him on the Red Wings?
Yeah.
Yeah, like yesterday, he just randomly asked Lance and I, because we all sit in the same row, if we'd rather go to like the ocean or space. And before he could even ask, he's like, so worried what you guys are going to answer here, if it's going to be too easy or not. Before I ask anything, you're in the same type of vehicle for both. And if the year changes, I'm like, what's the question, Matt?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you asked him, do you like Patrick Kane? He'd probably be like, 1 second. He'd probably pull out a PowerPoint. He'd be like, now, do I like him in the power play? Do I like him in the power play kill? Or do I like him taking face? Like he would go through every scenario.
It's like everything is like best case, worst case, most likely outcome.
Yeah, he like creates a Venn diagram.
Exactly.
I'm done asking him like this or that. Like, oh, should I go with black or white? It's like, all right, Matt, pick one.
And you have to make a decision within 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Henkel and Colton, two
They're
great characters here.
I do want to give. At one point, we have to like do it where Henkel's around.
I agree that there should be a corking fee, but 55. Now I don't know if other places do this, but 55. And what kind of bottle of wine was it?
Oh man! All right then.
Yeah.
we could wrap this up.
That was a really good Hinkle.
We're having Hinkle on next week.
Yeah, he's gotta just get. If you got any questions for Hinkle, let us know.
You guys all know him so well at this point.
All right then. Wrap this up. Tomorrow I have this sex tape broker on.
Nice.
Really interesting interview. So tune into that. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.